Hey everybody, and welcome to Uganda and Kampala Road. And this is my December update, if you like. I've missed November, so apologies about that. A little bit tied up. A couple of things I would like to say before I get started. And that is, my next video was meant to be for my subscribers. I have an idea for that, but I need a tripod, and I haven't got one. So I'm going to hold off. Until the tripod gets here, and I hope that's in my stocking on Christmas Day, and then I can do one, because I have an idea for what I want to do. Secondly, on my last video, the repair of the TTS, or the reprogramming of the TTS sound decoder on the Class 31, I made a mistake. I omitted to mention Kevin from Kevin's Trains, who also gave me the solution on how to fix it, because I believe he had two, and he had to go through the rigmarole of finding out how to fix them and get them working. So my apologies, and thank you, Kevin, and I hope you're okay for that, and it's still working, so I'm happy. So the focus of this video is going to be on my branch line. I've been heavily focused on detailing it and trying to get it into some sort of reasonable order and hide the awful baseboard work I had for it to make it slightly more reasonable. So that's what we're going to look at today. Okay, the cutting wall I've just about finished. I am pressing ahead with this to again hide the desperate state of the branch line baseboard. So I'm working on this area now. There's quite a bit of track work to do where the board is buckled, as you can see, so I'm working on that. So Back to the Future car there, it shouldn't be there, and then there'll be a level crossing here. Alright, I've done quite a bit of work to the cutting and the track. Had a few issues of heat over the last month or so. We are getting into our hot season, and where you see the 10, whatever it is, 8 coming up, that all bent up and stuffed up my work on the ballasting, so that's had to be redone. I'll show you where I've been working. So here you can see I've actually started using static grass, and I've layered it there. I've put a little bit of this green boarding on the side here, the green carpeting, whatever you want to call it, here, just to hide the gap between the edge and the wall. I'm really waiting for a back scene, I guess. There's a bit of the scene craft or whatever walling there. I'm being a bit stingy with the bushing because I haven't got that much, and really the bush and undergrowth should go along the base of the wall, but I'm spreading it out a bit, so I'll add to it at a later date. But static grass I really like, and I've layered it there with 2 and 4 mil. It's come up reasonably well. So here, some of those cheap Chinese trees. I mean, for 10 quid you get about 10 trees, so it's amazing. It's worth it. Because I remember as a kid I just couldn't afford trees, and we used to cut them out of cardboard. There's a resin signal box there. Would I make my own? No. And weathered the bridge. I just need some smoke on there now to make it appear diesel dust and steam, smoke, etc. on there. And then these walls do need weathering. They're very red, as you can see, and I probably should have weathered them before I stuck them in, but you know, when you do things you want to get them sorted out and in place and make it look good. So on this side of the bridge, a bit of undergrowth, and I covered it again with the matting. I don't know what, grass matting, whatever you call it, and Oops, keep bumping into trees now, they're in the way. And again, static grass. And I'm going to put some, I've just not, it does annoy me when poles are not straight. There we go. Oops, no, doesn't want to go on. I'm going to put some longer grass. This is, I think, 4mm static grass. And it's come off really well against the ballasting I'm using. I really like it. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that, given my modelling skills and prowess. I quite like that. Okay, different angle. As I said, the bush eating and undergrowth I've had to spread out, so where the pole probably should have some undergrowth and the hut, that will come as I get more stuff. But I'm quite pleased with this. It runs beautifully well with the Bobo type locomotives and the DMUs and the odd steam train. But yeah, it's given me some sort of scenic view on the layout and give me some idea of what other guys are up to and how they feel when they've done some work. I've put some capping on top of the walls there, and it does need now some serious weathering down here. 117 going through Lima, and yeah, you can see it's very sparsely populated there with plants, so I've got to do something about that. But I'm happy with this. I like it, and it's hidden sort of shoddy baseboard I had, which is holding it up still, but it's fairly solid. And we're in some very hot weather at the moment. It's very sticky as I'm recording this, and this particular part of the board has not shifted or moved or buckled, so I think that's it now. It's settled down. Most of my baseboard has now settled down, fortunately for me. Right, I've been working on this station, which is the branch line station, which I'm going to call Spellbrook. And that was a small station just south of Bishop Stortford, between my territory of train spotting as a kid, which was Bishop Stortford to Harlow. And me and a mate used to spend a lot of time at Spellbrook because there's a hill fort there, which nobody knows about. And you could sit on the ramparts and watch the trains go by. So I have used old Hornby platform and stuck Metcalfe paving stones to it, as you can see, and basically done a layout with Hornby platform. Not quite finished it, but you can see where I'm going with it, with the Metcalfe paving, to try and hide the plastickiness, if there's such a word, of the Hornby stuff. I bought the signs off eBay and some bits and pieces. The grey drums and packaging is a Nightwing kit, and I've only got acrylic paint, and it's like an Airfix plastic. It doesn't work. Acrylic paint doesn't work on it. You need enamel. so I've got to find some enamel paint from somewhere. But when they're painted, they'll look good and help with the back scene, if you like. This area at the end of the platform is ready for a signal box to go in. And I've used polyfiller and bits of foam to make the clips. I haven't quite finished painting it yet. It's watercolour, and I'll put some static grass on top, but I'm going to layer the watercolour over the next few days and hopefully get some sort of realism there. I do like that 26, she's so smooth. Yeah, so and I'm spreading my trees out. I haven't got many trees, so I'm spreading them out to make it look like I've got lots. So on the other side here I've done the same thing, polyfiller. It's actually not called polyfiller, I'll show you what it's called. It's a little farmhouse I've had for years but never used. A strategically positioned tree. Should be a person there somewhere. Unless the kids have nicked it. I did put somebody there, but it looks like they've gone. And again, I'm painting the cliff edge and the cliff face and trying to make it look a little bit more realistic. I like the Brighton Beach ballast. I'm really happy I did that and not go with the grey. Yeah, I am happy about that. A correct decision for once. Polyfiller in this country is called this. All comments on a postcard, please. If anybody can tell me, I'm sort of late 70s, early 80s. I stuck a container on there, not this one, another one, and I was sitting there looking at it and thought, that's not right, it's got www. blah 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 on it. And of course back in those days there were no such things as websites and web addresses, so then it made me wonder, did containers exist? I think they did, but probably genetic colour, I don't know. But if somebody can let me know, I'd appreciate it. So as you can see from this angle, that's the front of the Spellbrook station. I haven't got any signage for it unfortunately, but it'll get there. And I'm not about to build an Iron Age hill fort, but I thought it was a nice name to remember where part of my train spotting days. And as you can see, it's the Hornby platform edge which I've weathered, which I'm rubbish at, but I've tried my hand at it. Excuse me while that goes past. I've weathered the edging and then weathered the edging of the cardboard paving stones that have gone there. A couple of people, bits and pieces lying around. Just tried to make it look that bit more interesting. And yeah, fairly happy with it. There's a lot more bump to go on it, I guess. Put a little water tower on there. We actually got the water spout with it. The workman. Some general bits and pieces. I've got to weather that last bit of sloping platform there. That's the old Hornby fencing, and made it look messy, the white fencing, and that heads out down the line through there. I need some back scenes, don't I? And then the cottage is there, farmer's cottage, whatever it is. I've been experimenting with static grass. I've got some 6mm at last, because I threw my first batch away. So there it is, 6mm on top of 2mm static grass. I quite like that. You can see why people like it and use it. Yeah, so if I go up here, you'll see what I've been doing with the old static grass. This is the back of the cliff, which is not done yet. One of the reasons I've been fiddling around with this station is in preparation for fiddling around with the Mainline terminus station, Kampala Road. Those who have suffered my videos will know that I've been putting off and off and off and off. I still am, and that's partly because I've got to build a cardboard kit, and I'm rubbish at those. So yeah, this one was a small station. I quite enjoyed doing it actually. It's not quite finished, but I'm quite pleased with the way it looks. And I do like this static grass, it's good. So yeah, this was a sort of precursor to starting the main station. Just as an aside, I have done a little bit of work on the main area, building this road bridge. It's partly Wills and partly Pico kit, and a bit of plywood in the middle, and some paving stones and some road signs I got from somewhere, I can't remember where. And that'll head off into there. And there'll be a right turn basically down towards where the main station is going to go down there. So there's an awful lot to do, and you can hear in my voice enthusiasm to do it. I don't like cardboard kits. So yeah, on the town scene nothing much has happened. I put some capping on top of the wall using the Metcalf paving stones. That's really just about it. A couple of locos being fueled up there, but really nothing very exciting to report from the station. Briefly on this side of the layout, I have now attached the track to the baseboard. I left it up for a long time because I wasn't 100% sure whether it was correct or not, but I tell you, it's really nice shunting these sort of locomotives round. So you've got one stuck at the back there, you shunt everybody round to get it out or move it into the shed or something, and it's really enjoyable. I've just discovered that. So I'm happy with the layout of the traction shed here. I've got far too many locos for this area to house, so it's a bit of who's in favour is who is on the track basically. This one is certainly in favour. I do like this loco. I think it's the wheels that do it for me, but ignore the signal. I just found that and stuck it there, thought it looked quite good. But yeah, I was quite pleased with how this worked out. It's my old Duchess of Buccleuch, working beautifully. Yeah, very pleased. Another dimension to layout, diesels and steam. A couple of people I subscribe to, Peter Shaw and Malcolm Braithwaite, have been fiddling around with train tech signals. And I've had one in my box for months, so they motivated me. I saw their videos of it, motivated me to put my own up. Which I have. It's not a sensor one, or it could be. It's just assigned a number and I can have it green or red. And I just stuck it there as an experiment. It's attached to the DCC bus underneath. That's how I'm controlling it, not the track. I've assigned it the number 200 and yeah, it works alright. So my very first signal, and thanks guys for kicking me up the backside and getting mine going. They're good fun. just as an aside, every time I order something, I order a truck, because my rolling stock is pretty poor. And as long as that truck is under £9, I order one when I order bits and pieces. And these are 2 of 4 I've got behind a 9F, just to give my steam locomotives a bit more possibilities on the layout, because all I had really before that was those 2 at the end there, or those 3 at the end there, Bestwood, the covered wagon and the iron ore wagon. So slowly starting to increase my rolling stock. They look quite good. I think one's Hornby, one's Backlund. Okay, so that's really it for the branch line. It is an extremely reliable part of my layout. I've never had any problems apart from the lights are flashing on that thing because I robbed the decoder out of it after my misadventures with the Merchant Navy class. But I'm happy with it, and it gives me a different dimension to mainline trains and little steam trains running. I haven't got too many tank engines actually, so that may be on the order list next year. But yeah, I like it, and I'm happy with how it's turned out, considering the baseboard issues I've been having. Here comes a 108. So yeah, the hope is my next video will be my subscriber special, and I looked yesterday and I was on 122 people. So I'm very appreciative of that. There's a group of you who comment all the time and encourage me, and I really appreciate that. It means a hell of a lot. Again, I've said it before, because, and I'm sure it's the same for others who live in isolated areas away from a train, model shop if you like, or friends who you can go around and support, or they support you. It means a hell of a lot, and there's some very positive people out there, so I really appreciate it. But for now, I will say goodbye from Kampala Road, and I'll catch you before Christmas, I hope. Cheers for now.